Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is the 9th of January, and it's a Saturday here. Or if you're in Australia, of course, it's the 10th, and it's a Sunday. The moon has shifted from Scorpio into Sag. That occurred at 6:16, I believe it was, a.m. on the east coast of the U.S. The Sagittarius moon brings more of a philosophical bent to the day, maybe as passionate as it is in Scorpio, but passionate in a different way. We have a couple of things happening today that are worth mentioning. A trine between Venus and Mars today. Venus just moved into Capricorn. Mars just moved into Taurus. Mars moved into Taurus on the day that the Capitol was breached. Actually, at around, I think it was 3 something in the afternoon, or it might have been 5 something in the afternoon. So it was after the breach, but certainly felt the breach occurred when Mars was in its last degree of Aries and out of shadow. So we could say that what occurred on the 6th of January was probably in the planning stage for at least 6 months. This particular thing. So there's that. The trine between Venus and Mars is a Sagittarian side trine. It has to do with social rewards, reaping what you've sown. Sometimes those social rewards are jail time, I guess, could be, right? Oh, you did that? Okay, here's your reward. You go to jail. You get held responsible. That's really nice. I kind of like that idea, quite frankly, especially with Venus in Capricorn, the sign of responsibility. But this is also part of a synodic cycle that began back in August 24th of 2019, when these two planets were conjunct in Virgo. They have a 2-year cycle. The last 2 conjunctions, this last one and the one before, were both in Virgo. Virgo is about fixing what's broken, and Venus and Mars is about how we relate. And so fixing what's broken and how we relate to one another. We certainly saw what it looks like when it's broken on the 6th. This is an opportunity for us to learn from that experience, learn from each other, open the lines of communication, and start relating in a different way. Today we also have a conjunction between Mercury and Saturn, and it occurs at 3 degrees of Aquarius. And the Sabian symbol for 3 degrees of Aquarius is a Navy, a deserter from the Navy, indicating the process of individuation that we go through when we turn our back on consensus, when the structure of society is too unbearable. We break free. And so what's interesting is Mercury is our ability to communicate, and Saturn is about structure, but it's also about the things that sort of hold us back. While there is no way on God's green earth that I agree with kind of what was done at the Capitol. Well, let's put it this way. I don't agree with what the president incited and who he decided to make his sort of tip of the spear with all of these white supremacist, neo-Nazi, Proud Boys kind of people, criminals really. And I mean, why wouldn't he pick criminals? Because he is a criminal. It's the way he's always done it. Why would he do it different if he was, in the president? That's the thing, is people are who they are, and we got to believe them, right? Said that. So that, in that respect, that was seditious. He should be held responsible, all of that stuff. I'm sure you all know that you're clear on that when it comes to what I think, I'm sure. That being said, we cannot throw away the baby with the bathwater here. When these people were asked, why are you here? Not the destructive ones, not the foot soldiers, not those guys, but all the other people really believed that they were saving their democracy. And when you would see them, they would talk to them, they all had this weird, wild-eyed look, like they were hypnotized, right? So what creates that? Well, what creates that is that their lives are unbearable. And we have to find a way of making people's lives bearable. That includes people on both sides of the aisle, because it's really the same problem. Black Lives Matter walks because life is unbearable for them. And these people came because life was unbearable for them. And I think it's really important for us to look at the root causes here. We have to deal with the symptoms. We have to deal with the scars and the wounds, certainly. But if you don't get down to the root cause, this isn't going to change, and it's only going to escalate. And in 2021, the major aspect, which I will talk about in a separate video, is a square between Saturn and Uranus. Saturn is the way things are. It's the structure. It's the past. It's tradition. It's what's been built previously. And Uranus is the energy of individuation and breaking free and disrupting the status quo. So if we think that these people are going anywhere anytime soon, we're fooling ourselves. We do have to work with this energy, and we have to utilize it and make the best of it. And we can do that by making the world a fairer and better place, and putting our energy in helping people and developing systems and communities that are going to help support both the people who walk for Black Lives Matter and these people who took their own money. And these people don't necessarily have a lot of money. Took their own money, came to Washington to back their fearful leader. We know he's fearful. They think he's fearless. He was hiding in the White House while he put the legislative branch in danger. It was like a hit. And he was the Don in the House, and the legislature was the hitty, I guess. There's a word, but it's getting pretty cold and my fingers freezing. So it's like distracting me from my ability to come up with vocabulary. So we're getting a couple of little snowflakes here. I don't think it's going to snow, but it is cold enough and moist enough for stuff to fall from the sky. So it's going to be fluffy and white, I think, but probably you won't see it. All right, guys. This week coming is a doozy. I'll talk about it on the week ahead. I might actually put it out a little early, so you have a little bit more of a heads up than one day, but I'll see what I can get done today. I do have a list of things. It's on the list, but unfortunately it's not at the top of the list. All right, guys. Like and subscribe. Much love. We're going to get through this together. Hopefully I can give you some perspective on why things are the way they are. Possibilities of reasons why they are, and perhaps some useful personal tips, or just perspectives that are worth looking at and seeing if you can get a greater understanding of what we're going through at this time. That's my hope. All right, guys, love you. Take care. Namaste. Like and subscribe. Donate if you like. Bye.